So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets wrapped through the bones bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may be seated. Welcome to the 30th commencement ceremony in the history of Bloomington John F. Kennedy Senior High School. 29 years of dignity and decorum precede this program. 29 previous graduating classes have respected the significance of this ceremony, an event which marks a turning point in each graduate's life. Tonight, the tradition of graduation is extended to include 330 more young people who shortly will join the ranks of Bloomington Kennedy alumni. On behalf of the faculty at Kennedy High School, the school district administration, and the Board of Education, I am proud and happy to welcome you to this ceremony. In addition to a welcome, a sincere thank you to all of the parents who have been so supportive in our mutual efforts to provide a strong educational foundation that will allow these graduating students to meet the challenges of tomorrow. Research shows that children who have a positive adult participating in their lives can overcome life's challenges and succeed. Many of our graduation guests have been vitally important adults in the lives of our graduating seniors. Just by being a kind neighbor or a friend, or driving them to music lessons, or helping them with homework, or coaching a sports team, or just being there when they needed you. And to our graduates, I issue this challenge. Every child needs a caring adult in his or her life. That adult could be you. Remember who made a difference in your life and volunteer to help a child. Tonight, we are involving faculty members in all aspects of our program. In doing so, we are very directly recognizing them for their involvement in the lives of these young people, and we are thanking them for their service and dedication. We thank them, too, for their willingness to help us with organizing and directing tonight's program. Their names and academic credentials are listed in the graduation program. These teachers and our other platform guests, as noted in your program, are no strangers to graduation ceremonies. In fact, their apparel this evening reflects their own academic accomplishments in college, undergraduate, and graduate degree programs. I refer you to the last 2 pages of your graduation program for an explanation of the graduate hoods, which represent academic graduate degrees in various academic fields, as well as the colleges and universities at which those degrees were earned. Our own Kennedy tradition stretched back 30 years, but the pomp and dignity of graduation really goes back 7 centuries, to the first time that people decided it was appropriate to honor academic achievement in a dignified manner. Tonight we are graduating students, faculty, and parents, and in doing so, continuing our part that tradition is by presenting the Bloomington class of 1995. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our platform guests. Starting on my far right, I'd like them to stand as I announce their name. Mr. James Sorum, School Board Treasurer. Ms. Janet Fitzgerald, School Board Vice Chairperson. Ms. Arlene Bush, School Board Chairperson. Dr. James Peterson, Assistant Superintendent of Schools. Mr. Tim Connors, Superintendent of Schools. And on my far left, Ms. Chris Scanlon, School Board Director. Ms. Karen Arazi, School Board Clerk. Mr. Tim Culver, School Board Director. Ms. Sylvia Lagerquist, Assistant Principal. Mr. Edward Donahue, Assistant Principal. Also seated in the front rows are Mr. Bill Sullivan, like Bill to stand, language arts teacher, and Mrs. Pat Fatchett, language arts teacher, who both will be reading names of the graduating seniors tonight. Thank you. I want to take the opportunity to recognize Ms. Sylvia Lagerquist, in particular, the assistant principal who is responsible for planning and coordinating the ceremony for this evening. At this time, it is a real honor to introduce a person who, through his leadership and personal dedication, is 100% committed to providing the best educational programs for all Bloomington students. Our Superintendent of Schools for the Bloomington School District, Mr. Timothy Connors.
Thank you, Bob. Like Mr. Smith, my function this evening is to congratulate the graduating class, to thank their parents and teachers and other adults in the community who have helped these youngsters through school so that they could reach this plateau in their lives. I had written a speech earlier during the week to talk a little bit about the changing workplace and maybe sharing with young people a recipe for life. But as I thought about that, and I thought about the importance that we as adults model for young people, and hopefully are we getting that message across to youngsters so that as they grow and as they get ready to graduate from high school, are they really aware of the fact that they must be a lifelong learner to continue? And today in my visitations off to schools, I went over to Indian Mount Elementary School, and one of the teachers over there shared with me something that I hope will help to demonstrate what the principal has talked about in terms of the influence of adults on young people, and young people taking that influence and using it to their advantage so that they not only can graduate from high school, but they go on to lead productive and successful lives. And the more that I thought about that, I thought maybe what I need to do is to, rather than talk at you, is share by an example of what our youngsters learn and the appreciation they have for adults, and at the same time through this recognize one of our teachers who symbolizes, I think, the excellence of the teachers that we have here in Bloomington. And this is going to come as a surprise to one of the graduates out here, but Lenny Schmidt, would you stand up, please? Lenny's a young man that I looked at his record in school just before coming here, and he doesn't know why he's standing, but he's standing because he did the right thing, in my opinion, and it's something that I hope that all of the graduates will do and all of us take the time to do in life. I met with his fourth grade teacher today, and I just happened to run into her, and she said, Lenny wrote me a letter. Lenny, stand up for a minute. Stay up there. I don't mean to embarrass you. All right? He wrote his fourth grade teacher, and he thanked her for what she did for him in fourth grade, and he said to her that she encouraged him to go on. And so he's here this evening, I'm sure graduating because of the support and love of his family, but also because of Mrs. Kelly, who's sitting over in section 110 in the front row. Lenny, turn around. You invited her. That's why she's here. And could we give them both a big round of applause? To Mrs. Kelly and all of the teachers who are dispersed throughout among our students, thank you for the wonderful job that you do with our children. To the parents and grandparents and guardians and other adults that are here from the community, thank you for what you do in terms of making Bloomington a great place to live and a great place for our schools, and certainly the school board and my colleagues here on the platform, thank you. But most of all, for the graduates of Kennedy High School in 1995, thank you for being a class that provided leadership in your school, made it a successful year for all of us. And I would just encourage you as you go forward, continue to be lifelong learners, believe in doing the right thing, take time to thank others, and take pride in your accomplishments. Good luck to you.
would first like to take this opportunity to light this candle, which symbolizes our freshman and senior retreat. It also symbolizes the friendship and connections we have made as a class of 1995. May it light our way to the future. As members of the senior class of 1995, we are very proud of our school, our teachers, and our classmates. Although we are excited and somewhat anxious about this evening, we are also saddened to think that this is the end of our high school career and that this will be the last time we will all be together. Our class would like to take this opportunity to thank the staff of Kennedy High School for the support and encouragement we have felt during the time we have been together. With the kind of experiences we've had as students, we can only expect to be as successful as we choose.
We all have our own special memories from the past years that we have shared. Some of those will have created an everlasting impression, perhaps an inspiration for us always to be the best that we can. Some of our memories will be of times forever in the past, but truly worth storing in our minds. We at Kennedy believe that the students themselves have the most important messages to offer us during graduation. Therefore, the members of the graduating class have been chosen as speakers at commencement.
This year, as in previous years, a graduation speech competition was organized and offered to all members of the senior class. Students entering the competition were judged on the appropriateness of their messages, originality, and speaking style. We are proud tonight to introduce you to 3 members of the class of 1995 who will be the principal speakers in this ceremony.
Members of the class of 1995, parents, teachers, and other friends, we are pleased to present to you our commencement speakers, who will speak on behalf of the senior class. Our first speaker will be John Weeman. He will be followed by Robin Hathel. The last speaker will be Nils Snyder.
Hello, my name is John Weeman, and I have been given this opportunity to share my thoughts with you on the eve of our graduation, our commencing activity as we end our 4 years of high school. Now, I do not see this ceremony as a finishing activity. I see it more as a transition between one training session and the next. You see, I perceive the lives we are entering as a game, not quite like the board game life, but there are similarities. Money, jobs, wives, kids, these can all be found in both real life and in the game of life. There's one major difference, however. The game of life is run completely by luck, as you spin the wheel to find out what happens to you next, whereas real life involves hard work and a serious amount of training. We have been training for the past 4 years, preparing for a life where competition rules. Sure, there are things such as luck that play into everyday living, but it is the amount of preparing, the intensity of the training, and the complexity of thinking that will get you to where you want to be. A friend once told me, there's only one thing that is completely free in life, and that is failure. Now, I would have to agree with that. Some things in life come very easily, and failure is one of them. Success and pride do not appear without paying a certain price. Hard work and determination, both which have been preached to us the past 4 years, are essential factors in the equation of success. Now, I would like to relay my thoughts to you in another way, by comparing them with a favorite movie of mine, Rocky IV. You see, the Rocky movies were not made without meaning. They display to us the competition that engrosses our everyday life. 4 basic characters which can be found in the real world are also examined in this movie. Rocky Balboa, the main character, symbolizes the success of hard work. He is shown training for 3/4 of the film just to experience 10 minutes of success near the end. Real life. Quite a bit of training is essential for even the smallest amount of success. Polly, Rocky's trainer, tries to grab onto Rocky's coattails and ride along for a little success of his own. Real life. Leeches like Polly never find the true success they are looking for. Apollo, Rocky's friend and ex-champion, lets pride and his ego get in his way as he believes he is prepared for a fight he has not even trained for. Real life. There are those people who mistake pride for hard work. These people normally find themselves cornered very quickly. And finally, Drago, the Russian who believes there are faster ways to the top than plain old hard work. Real life. There are those who cheat to try and get ahead, but they normally find themselves near the back at the end. You can choose which of these characters you wish to be. It is not destiny. It is not the will of another who shapes you into what you become. It is your decisions, your actions, which will produce the final results. So take these 4 years of training at Kennedy and expand on them. Allow yourself to feel the pain of a little hard work. Allow yourself to enjoy every accomplishment. Take a chance, and don't be afraid to experience failure. Do not fall to the overuse of pride, as Apollo did. Do not succumb to laziness, as Polly did. Do not cheat in order to advance, as Drago did. Use your training for the game. Covet hard work in this competition, and reap the benefits, as Rocky Balboa once did. Thank you.
Parents, teachers, and classmates, we have finally made it. It's finally our turn to be here. 4 long years that we had thought would never end have now come to a close. We look back and wonder where time has gone. In reality, those 4 years flew by. We started out here as young freshmen, so excited and yet afraid of what to expect in the years to come. But now we are seniors. We finally got to be at the top of the heap with all the younger students looking up to us. We waited so long and worked so hard to get here. But now, a lot of us are afraid to look any further. What is going to happen next year? How will things change? We've all developed new friendships and grown apart from old friendships over the past 4 years. We have learned who our friends really are, and we even finally got a grip on who we really are. Sure, there were sad breakups and differences that never seemed like they could be resolved. But look at us. We all did it. For some, school was not only a place for work, but for involvement in different school activities and programs too. For others, it was a place to learn, or maybe even just to be able to gather with friends. But to all of us, it was a place of security. We became so close to some of the teachers and coaches that they were more like family to us. No matter what, we could always depend on Kennedy as being a stable setting for ourselves. Granted, we are all happy to be done with the homework, the impossible math courses, the speeches, the studying all night for that one impossible test, and of course, the term paper. But really, it wasn't so bad. School wasn't only work, but in a sense, a home too. Now, we are back to that point in our lives where we started out 4 years ago, afraid and excited at the same time. But this time, we have something to take with us: in education, great memories, and maturity. Kennedy has given us so much. It has given us the confidence to do and make of ourselves whatever we want to. It has taught us to believe in ourselves and to be happy with who we are. It has taught us to be up to the changes that we will soon face. Even though we have achieved so much, we did not do it all on our own. Our teachers and parents were always there with love and encouragement to keep us going. We owe them our thanks for helping us reach the point of where we are today, graduation, and a new beginning. Now, with all we have learned, we are ready to move on. No matter what any of us decide to do or what changes we make, whether it be to get a job, to further our education, to join the service, or to get married, we can do it. We are mentally, physically, and emotionally ready enough to face what lies ahead. So now, we must look past Kennedy and on to our future. As John F. Kennedy once stated, change is the law of life, and those who only look to the past or the present are certain to miss the future. We can hold on to what we have learned in the past. We can be happy with who we are in the present. But now, we must all look forward to the promises of the future. Change is the law of life. May we all meet the changes in our lives with the grace and wisdom we have learned from our parents and teachers. Thanks to them, and congratulations to us, the class of 1995.
Destiny is not a matter of chance, it's a matter of choice, wrote American politician William Jennings Bryan. Congratulations to my fellow graduates. We've made one of the most important choices of our lives. We're graduating from high school. This isn't a chance event. It's a conscious decision that each and every one of us has made. We're creating our own destiny, and in so doing, becoming part of the legacy of John F. Kennedy Senior High. What happens next? Well, that's another choice we'll have to make. We're at the crossroads of what has been, what is, and what is yet to come. After what seems like a lifetime of school, we never thought this day would arrive. And here it is, full of promises fulfilled and expectations of tomorrow. As human beings and students, our destiny started with our parents. They brought us to our first day of kindergarten, and whether we were excited or scared, we were left every morning at a building to learn. Some days were spent finger painting, while others were spent in the nurse's office having the gravel picked out of our knees. We learned quickly, and school was fun. As we grew up, we discovered favorite teachers whose questions and ideas made school more of a challenge. The fun became an adventure. In junior high, we were given grades instead of smiley faces on our papers. This changed everything. Suddenly, high school seemed more like a possibility instead of a place to go for choir, orchestra, or band concerts. We started to plan our high school careers, which sports we would play, what groups or activities we would join, and there were even a few wacky people that looked ahead to such impossibly far away events like prom or the truly unbelievable graduation. 12 or 13 years ago, we started down a road that has brought us to today. Kennedy High School is not only a national high school of excellence, it has been our school for 4 years, a place we planned on attending, and when we arrived, it felt good. Good to walk down the halls and see friends. Good to play on teams wearing blue and gold. And even good to have teachers who knew your name. What made Kennedy unique? We did. Whether we were cheering in the stands or walking to class, we had an attitude that was all our own. Every graduating class sets a standard for the next class to follow. Each of us made Kennedy not only recognizable, but in the words of Robert Palmer, simply irresistible. We are not here to curse the darkness, but to light the candle that can guide us through the darkness to a safe and sane future. John F. Kennedy. Our class motto inspires us to move forward to the future. High school is behind us now, and before us lies a lifetime of possibilities. Whether we are planning on college, a technical school, or jumping right into the job market, we have the foundation on which to build our future. Our destiny that was secured for us by our parents now belongs entirely to us. So today, we are united as the 1995 graduating class of John F. Kennedy Senior High. the 30th graduating class in the history of the school. In his acceptance speech of 1936, Franklin Roosevelt said, "This generation of Americans has a rendezvous with destiny." Well, so does this graduating senior class. And with a future to look forward to and a past to remember, our choices are limitless.
Superintendent Connors, Dr. Peterson, and members of the school board. It is my pleasure that upon recommendation of the staff of John F. Kennedy High School, I hereby certify that the following members of the class of 1995, upon receipt of their diplomas, will have completed all of the requirements set forth by the School Board, Independent School District 271, State of Minnesota's Department of Education, and the North Central Association of Secondary Schools, and are entitled to all of the privileges and all of the responsibilities of graduates.
Aaron Thomas Allen.
Michael Thomas Ames.
Jared Christopher Anderson.
Valerie Louise Anderson.
Scott Anthony Andrews, Jr.
Teresa Marie Applegren.
Eric James Ask.
Amanda Lynn Baker.
Ernestine Babylove Banks.
Rebecca Lynn Bargabas.
Tracy Nicole Barnum.
Justin Quinn Bates.
John Perry Beckman.
Sarah Marie Bedner.
Amy Jean Beiswinger.
Jason C. Banaken.
Derek Anthony Benson.
Mitchell John Behrens.
Sarah Lynn Berger.
Laura Lindsay Bergren.
Brandy Joe Berthum.
Jason James Betzinger.
Angela Christine Bittner.
Kate Noel Bjornstead.
Michelle Lee Bloomquist.
Audrey Lynn Blue.
Richard Kurt Bonin.
Richard Brian Bokuski.
Doug Bonjean.
Seth Richard Borowski.
Carrie Marie Barassa.
Eric Tyrone Bradley.
Ted M. Bradley.
Karen Elizabeth Brandley.
Joel Eric Brach.
Linda Ann Briles.
Brandon Allen Brom.
Gregory William Brower.
Tamikia Brown.
Inez Marie Brugger.
Tri Win Min Bui.
Kathy Irene Burgess.
Adam Lawrence Burr.
Sarah Elizabeth Buss.
Jennifer Lynn Buth.
Mandy Leah Carlson.
Rachel Danielle Carlson.
Christina Maria Castro.
Kelly Marine Charlton.
Mark Andrew Chanye.
Megan Kate Clapp.
Scott David Clausen.
Jonathan L. Connolly.
George A. Cantalatus.
Stephen Allen Corliss,
Andrew James Cosgrove,
Clifford H. Krakauer III,
Alicia Christine Culver,
John Douglas Cunningham,
Kevin Matthew Cunningham,
Paul Barry Cunningham,
Eric Jason Daggs,
Heidi Lynn Dahl,
Paul Matthew Dahl,
Danielle Marie Dalston,
Christopher Stephen Don,
Joel Stephen Daly,
David DeFries,
Melissa R.A. DeLuny,
Robin Denise Demuth,
Jennifer Ann Denig,
Jacqueline Renee DeWeese,
Susan Marie Dickey,
Elizabeth Ann Dietrichs,
Paul Michael Dragovich,
Jeffrey Jean Dugal,
Douglas Richard Durgan,
Chad H. Erickson,
Amy Marie Edmondson,
Darcy Marie Ernst,
Johanna Marie Epler,
Christine Elizabeth Figner,
Heidi Michelle Erickson,
Eric William Fox,
Lisa Jean Pfeifferich,
Adam Armstrong Gamrod,
Heather Lynn Feisch,
Casey Ray Gentz,
Jeremy Hilbert Fry,
Lisa Marie Gilbertson,
Sean Garsky,
Tamara Justine Glick,
Daniel J. Guyon,
Christina Marie Graycheck,
Amy Lee Gilroy,
Tori Gray,
Andrew Gonzalez,
Tara Marie Grover,
Aaron Kate Greeneagle,
Jillian Jean Gunstad,
Stephen Arthur Grubidge,
Robin Paulette Hathel,
Tammy Jean Haas,
Lori Kathleen Hanson,
David E. Hamilton,
Melissa Marie Hanson,
Matthew Samuel Hanson,
Anita Lynn Hardy,
Sean David Hanson,
Ryan Allen Harsh,
Amanda Jean Harmon,
Kelly Michelle Hart,
David D. Hart,
James Richard Hayek,
Miranda May Harto,
Jamie Lindsay Heyman,
Corey Michael Hayes,
Jason Thomas Hinrichs,
Robin K. Henley,
Udom Chesda Richard Poole Hung,
Naomi Cole Holder,
Naugumi Ihara,
Carol Suzanne Hudson,
Timothy Michael James,
Gregory D. Hewitt,
Tina Jensen,
John Mark Jarvis,
Janelle Crystal Johnson,
Emily Marie Johansson,
Carrie Christine Johnson,
Jeremy Kenneth Johnson,
Michael Dale Johnson,
Michael Allen Johnson,
Melissa Marie Joyce,
Jeremiah Joseph Jones,
Jacqueline Ann Jungles,
James Jewin,
Benjamin E. Cadle,
Nathan C. Junkert,
Stephen Eric Carger.
Cheryl Jean Cam.
Ryan Patrick Kevaney.
Sheila Yanoshi Katona.
Kevin Allen Kiffmeyer.
Kelly Scott Kick.
Adam Richard Cleven.
Dorothea Johanna Klein.
Paul Gordon Kozel.
Jennifer M. Koltoff.
Richard Edward Kruger.
Shelley Renee Kryvik.
Nathan Allen Locker.
Jonathan Adam Kurtz.
Gregory Dean Landreth.
Robert C. Lambert.
Amy Christine Larson.
Dawn Norlene Larson.
Krista Marie Larson.
Kevin Michael Leach.
Twee Lee.
Benjamin David Lego.
Nicole Bhutan LeBaron.
Lawrence Lesniak.
Tavalit Lingsabath.
Amy Rebecca Lewis.
Jacqueline Koch Lung.
Roxanne Marie Lean.
Heather May Lean.
Christine M. Loftus.
Matthew Jacob Lindberg.
Stacy Joyce Lawton.
Elizabeth Ann Lawrence.
Stacy Han Lee.
Melanie Ann Lundy.
Ann Gia Ma.
Jessica Michelle Lyons.
Matthew Thomas McPhail.
Christopher R. Machelik.
Angela Lynn Menino.
Jessica Ann Mant.
John Michael P. Marr.
Jennifer Dawn Markin.
Jessica May Matthews.
Stephen M. Martin.
Stephen Don Matson.
Kristen Marie Matson.
William Stephen McClure Jr.
Kevin Jerome McCannon.
Latia Nicole McGee.
Michelle Margaret McCullum.
Sean M. McGuire.
Matthew Ryan McGuire.
Amy Jennifer Meyer.
Stephen Thomas McGuire.
Julie Marie Meyer.
Jennifer Ann Meyer.
Regina Mirapiri.
Sarah Lynn Meyering.
Lindy Marie Milkey.
Tyson Russell Midbow.
Kelly Marie Mitchell.
Larry Eugene Miller Jr.
Mateos M. Montenegro.
Jenny Lynn Mogren.
Andrew Donoa Muwaki.
Kelly Marie Moriarty.
Brent E. Murray.
Shelley Elena Murphy.
Marion Nihad Newar.
Ryan Frank Murray.
Jason Bradley Nelson.
Dawn Marie Nelson.
Amy Adelaide Wynn.
Kang Hung No.
Amy Patricia Nordhaugen.
Susan Wynn.
Jesse Leah Olerud.
Mark Aaron Oman.
Denise Marie Oliveros.
Elizabeth Catherine Oliva.
Edwin Brock Olson.
Cassandra Lynn Olson.
Michael Rodney Omenson.
Mitchell Roger Olson.
John G. Parker, Jr.
Michelle Joe Paul,
Michael Gary Paul,
Matthew Lewis Posh,
Gail Teresa Pavick,
Eric James Pauley,
Brent L. Peterson,
Sunny Ann Peltier,
Reed Anthony Peterson,
Andrew John Peterson,
Aaron Lee Phillips,
Jeffrey Wayne Peterson,
David Andrew Poor,
Du Trom Trung Phum,
Sarah Noel Potter,
Lindsay Anna Pierce,
Nathan James Prentice,
Francis John Poplar,
Ian Richard Radke,
Yvonne Renee Priest,
Stephen James Rampt, Jr.,
Grant Allen Pudas,
Randy R. Ray,
Nordine Spady Rocky,
Sabrina Ann Rabishki,
Jamie Richard Rao,
Leah Marie Ritten,
Matthew David Ray,
Mario Daniel Rodriguez,
Diane C. Richardson,
Alana E. M. Root,
Shanna Hartley Robertson,
Kathleen Marie Ross,
David Walter Roars,
Shauna Lee Ruckel,
Adam M. Ross,
Joel Daniel Ruenberg,
Marcus J. Rodebush,
John Miller Salveson,
Amy Marie Rudnitsky,
Alan G. Sanford,
Shirley Ann Rustad,
Kelly Lee Sathry,
Sangva Sam,
Heather Lynn Schmidt,
David Ryan Scheller,
Jennifer Marie Schultz,
Lenny Walter Schmitz,
Michael James Seidlitz,
Scott R. Seehusen,
Jessica Colin Shepard,
Kimberly Lorene Shawn,
Jeffrey Janka Slowinski,
Corinne Joanne Shirley,
Sean Patrick Smith,
Jennifer Ellen Slotrum,
Nils Warren Snyder,
Nicole Dawn Sneen,
Piram Sotan,
Jessica Lee Solberg,
Cindy S. Strage,
Kevin M. Steinelson,
Corrine M. Stromberg,
Jennifer Elaine Strom,
Nicole Marie Sveck,
Stephanie E. Strumman,
Hong Tu Ta,
Marlon S. Swanson,
Laura Joanne Tarman,
David Scott Talbot,
Joseph Toro Parua,
Ryan Kenneth Tarman,
Stacy Lynn Thomas,
Teddy Lee Thaden,
Sarah Ann Thompson,
Patrick Charles Thompson,
Hin L. To,
Julie Carol Tiller,
Regina Trailer,
Fu Tien Tran,
Huang N. Truong,
Matthew Allen Ulam,
Lisa Lynn Tudewol,
Sarah Jean Uvadik,
Sokfibol Ung.
Christine D. Vassar.
Ross Gregory Vanderkooy.
Alan J. Wallstrom.
Bradley John Violet.
Julie Ann Wallace.
John Allen Walduck, Jr.
Matthew Thomas Warren.
Tony Preston Langren.
Jamie Lynn Weber.
Jody Lynn Waters.
Carly Martha Went.
Stephanie Louise Welt.
Jonathan Michael Weeman.
Joy Eleanor Wheatley.
Scott Charles Wolf.
Jessica M.B. Weinecke.
And Tony Michael Zenick.
Christopher B. Wright.
Ourselves this hour to work.